So you're in the midst of kind of jungle or something, in the midst of a sort of a relentless situation where there's maybe some aversion around you, or maybe some unskillful speech, harmful speech, and feeling that kind of not 100% safe environment. How do we work with that when we're immersed in it? We're in it. We can't get away from it. Maybe we can get away from it in time. Maybe that's the thing to consider, to move out of that kind of situation, to think of ways that that might be possible, or to see how that might be possible. That's one thing. But in the moment, here we are, and it's continuous, and it's abusive. And even when I'm trying to be really skillful and not actually add anything negative into the mix, it still goes on. It's going on. The Buddha, he, in terms of speech, he said, if there's an opportunity to speak truthfully and with a mind of loving kindness, with a wish to promote harmony, if there's an opportunity to speak in that way in order to help somebody else or others or the situation to become less harmful, then that's a really good thing to do. So I expect you've tried that. And he said, do this once, twice, put in some words of Dhamma that maybe have helped the situation. Do it 3 times. And he said, after 3 times, if you feel that there's an intractable situation here, the change is not going to be possible. It's not going to be possible for you to support the situation in a good way through your speech. Then he said, yes, keep silent. So that's really good. Got to that point of just trying not to say anything that could be perhaps misconstrued, or just simply not heard, just not received, not welcome, And then he said, one cannot praise equanimity highly enough in these situations. So 2 words come to my mind for you to consider for your practice. One is equanimity, and the other is patience. So equanimity, how do we manage to feel equanimity in a situation like this? How can we stay calm? How can we stay level-headed? How can we not react? And, it can be impossible not to react sometimes. But what we can do, of course, and what no doubt you're doing, is we can feel what we feel. So you can feel the maybe impulse to, say something, do something, to express your suffering, to join the group in a way, to join in. There's a temptation, isn't there, often in an environment where there's a lot of negativity, to just get in there. It's very infectious. Negativity is really infectious. It's a bit like a virus or something. It really is. So we can just be aware of that. So there's a virus around. It's nobody's. There's nobody to blame here. There's just this painful negativity in the environment. There's suffering. Can I be aware of the infectious nature of this, and can I continue to build up my immune response? So can I pay attention to that? To really dwell in the heart, to really stay present, and to simply feel what you feel isn't to feel equanimous, but it is to manifest equanimity, because you haven't got time to react. You haven't got time to retaliate. There's no time for that. You're doing something very important right now, which is just being aware of how you feel. And I think there is a real power, actually, to being able to be with the suffering without reacting, without responding, without adding to the fire, that will absolutely have an impact on everybody and everything around you. Trust that. You can absolutely trust that, and know that you're doing really important work. It's like, this is really good work. This is helpful. You're changing the world. You're changing the world here, and you're also changing the world around you. And it may not be noticeable. Most of this work is invisible, completely invisible, but it nevertheless has its agency. And so things don't change in a hurry. And this is where patience comes in. So patience is the willingness to not expect things to change. Don't expect things to change at all. They probably won't. It doesn't matter. What's happening inside of you is constant change and transformation. And, you can even get to the point, it's possible to get to the point where one can see, this is so valuable, being in this situation, because I can really transform here. Every single blow, every single arrow that comes my way, I can choose not to react, not to retaliate, and to make peace with the suffering that's happening right now. This is amazing work. So we can even get to the point where we say, thank you so much. You are my best teachers. I'm so grateful for this situation. And that may seem like a far cry, but honestly, that is the reality. Yeah, you can respect people, things are in their rightful place. Nothing's amiss. Nothing's amiss. All I have to do is stay here and work with whatever's arising. And there's this incredible opportunity then to develop spiritually, to let go of suffering, to move towards greater peace and happiness. Patience and the equanimity that is the willingness to really stay present so that externally you're just not making any more suffering for anyone. This is what you can do. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly it. Let the karma end here. This is what we're doing. We're ending karma. We're coming out of past karma. We're putting the past to rest. And we're ending the cycle of suffering, birth and death. And yeah, it can stop right here, every moment. You can do that. That's amazing. This is the practice. So yeah.